Forget gurus. Forget anyone claiming to be an online business expert without going through the challenges of entrepreneurship themselves. The Real Money, Real Business podcast is here to prove the best insights in online business comes from your fellow online business builders. We dig into stories of entrepreneurs selling their business on the Empire Flippers marketplace so that you can learn how they made their business profitable, how they overcame obstacles, and what lessons they learned in their online journey. If you want to take your business and your knowledge to the next level, you've come to the right podcast. Let's get started.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Real Money, Real Business podcast. We record these interviews so that potential buyers can learn more about the business and the seller to help them make an informed buying decision. If you would like to learn more about this business, including details like what type of business it is, how much revenue and profit it makes, and all of the assets included with the business, simply visit empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for this business's listing number, which you can find in the video thumbnail and in the description. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, you can click the link in the description to go straight to the listing. So without further ado, let's get into this interview. First up, let's learn a little bit about you. Can you tell us about your background in building and running online businesses?
So my journey in the e-commerce business, so I've been a VP of sales and marketing for nearly 10 years in companies where I was employee, where actually already I'm still an employee as well. I've always been like the right arm of the CEO. So I've always seen like how to build strategies and making sure that, like I could put a product, like in a new product in the market. The past company that I was at, we had it was a pharmaceutical company. When I started, they had a pain relief brand that was only sold in stores, like in pharmacies, like drugstores, etc., across US and Canada. And I brought it online. So that's how I learned how to launch product online and learn about Amazon. And then that brand became the e-commerce part of the business became 20% of our revenues. Then we built another vitamin brand, which was really fun as well because the past company that I was working for, the CEO was really he was an innovator and he was very strong on developing products, whether locally or in China, or he had several brands. And actually the vitamin brands, I'm the one who helped him bring it to life as well. So I really learned as well a lot about R&D, which obviously is helping a lot when you have an e-commerce store to know how to source products. Obviously, we launched that vitamin brand as well, online too. And then that guy that I was working for, he sold his businesses. So that's when I decided to launch my own brand in 2022. And I chose a product that was obviously finding a niche where there was an opportunity. I found it in the kids travel industry, which was perfect for me because I'm a mom of 3, nearly 4. So it's really helped me making sure that the product that I made was and is the best in the category. And so, that's how my journey started. And that's how I am now an owner of e-commerce store on Amazon.
Why are you selling the business now instead of keeping it and growing it further?
Reason why I want to sell the business actually came with the fact that I just got pregnant. It was something that was in the back of my mind for a long time, meaning that I knew that I wanted to build a brand and sell it to get some cash flow and then build something else. So number one, that was something that I already had in mind. Second is I've been working on other products that is different from the kids travel industry. And the more I was thinking about it, the more I had a hard time finding a link between those two products, the new one that I want to launch and the one that's you're actually looking to buy. And I think as well, in terms of business strategy, they're going to be different. The one that actually selling is fitting very well on Amazon versus the new one, I feel is more going to be a Shopify premium brand. And on the top of this, I'm still working full time because even if, yes, I do generate a business that's making 3K of profit per month, but the reality is I make 150K per year with my job. And it's very hard to quit a job where you make that kind of money, even if you have an e-commerce business on the side. So pretty much I was okay, I'm pregnant. I've got a full-time job. I have 3 kids as well already. And I'm launching a new product where the business strategy is going to be different. where I'm going to need to learn about it a bit more as well, because I'm way more comfortable with Amazon right now than I am with Shopify. I used to sell like for example, the vitamin breads was on Shopify, etc. But I'm still, like the UGC, and making sure that some outside marketing tools. So that's why this probably going to be too much for me. I'm definitely right now in the first trimester, so I'm tired. I won't have enough energy to give my full attention to two brands and to different type of products. And the thing is that the kids travel product right now is actually in the best place, because I actually spent the last year and a half really building it, trying different sets, doing PPC campaigns, to launch it, to make it right now, it's one of the top performer, the category, with the best reviews, the second highest number of reviews as well in the category. So I'm kind of you know what, this is kind of the good moment. Usually it's a good moment to sell when things are going well. So which is really the reason why it's a question of time and a question of interest and trying to focus my energy somewhere else.
Can you describe the amount and the type of work that you do on this business to maintain it?
Most of my time was either being spent on optimizing the PPC campaign, developing new sets of products. So usually I've got one product with different accessories sold with it, which makes it different SKUs. And obviously creating the visuals for the new sets and obviously the current sets, creating videos when it was needed, and handling the logistics. So I was really by myself doing that. Usually it was after work, because again, I work full time and I don't have tons of time because again, I've got kids, I've got a full-time job. So I wasn't spending a lot of time on it, to be honest. Most of the time was probably developing products. But right now, again, it's in a position where it's in a good position. So I probably was depending, if it was a week where I needed to send stock and order stock and create new visuals. But I would say, in average, 2 hours a week is probably what I was doing.
So if you were to keep this business, what are some of the ways you would try to grow it?
If I was keeping the business, the different things that I would be doing right now is, number one, I would expand the marketing outside of the Amazon platform. Definitely TikTok, Instagram, and influencers. There's actually our main competitor that is actually not even sold on Amazon. That's just sold outside of the Amazon platform. They're doing amazing on there. Same thing as well, because the terms to search that product are very niche and there's not tons of competition. I would definitely develop the website, make some blogs to rank SEO wise on those terms. I would keep on looking, because what I realized is every time I was launching a new set, it was not cannibalizing the sales of the other sets. So I would probably look into either different sets or, if there was any other product in the same niche that would fit well with the one that I currently have. I would definitely try as well, to improve operational efficiency. So that's something that's important for me, trying to reduce the cost, reduce the packagings, trying to renegotiate with the suppliers, etc. I know there's some room there. I've actually done a very good job of decreasing our costs month over month, orders after orders. But I know there's still some room, especially because now the volumes are starting to get pretty interesting. So it's definitely a good time to negotiate with the suppliers as well. And some of the sets I know, for example, we can, reduce the volume of the box. So reduce the FBA fees. So there's definitely some room to increase as well, the profit margin there as well. I would look as well into, obviously, because right now I just sell in US and Canada, but there's tons of opportunities as well, in the other international markets of Amazon. And I started collecting emails of people. So I have a QR code on the packaging and on the thank you card inside the box. So where people can download it's a travel guide, the best tips to travel with a toddler. And that's how I got around 45 or 50 emails. And I think that, a good thing as well would be to develop the email marketing as well. So there's a tons, again, one of the good thing about this niche is it's a pretty new niche. I got into it where there was one product in the category. And the great thing about it's kind of a good thing and a bad thing with this category is that the return rate is high, which is why our pricing is a bit higher than some others. But at the same time, it's still very good compared to others because we're trying to get some nice volume rebates, cost, etc. So what happens is In the past year and a half, like there's always been some new competitors that came in. And what they do is like they try to undercut the prices, obviously with no reviews or very low reviews. And then when they realize that the return rate is very high and that they're not profitable, they just like don't, make a second order. And because we've been able like to integrate the return cost into like our own costing and still be profitable, it really gives us like a competitive advantage, especially since as well, like we're the second product with like the most highest number of reviews. So there's a bunch of ways like to grow it for sure. And it's in a good place to grow it.
Right. And what would you say are the biggest risks with this business that buyers should be aware of?
So the two main risks with this business, the one that I just mentioned earlier is the high return rate. So definitely need to manage that as much as possible, which is something that is very, most of the time out of our control because it's not a quality thing. It's because, for example, people receive it at home and they think it's too bulky to travel with a 2-year-old. So they return it. Then you have people that travel with it and return it because Amazon return policy is very good. And then you have like some people that use it in some airlines and then the airlines didn't accept it. So most of the airlines accept it, but some of them sometimes don't. That's why they returned as well. So I would say like that's the 3 main reasons why. The second risk with this business would be that, well, maybe because I'm like Canadian based, but it's very hard when you're Canadian based, like, and you have a kids products to get an insurance. So I guess like that makes it tricky, but like if you're, like going to be with any kids niche, but if you're in the US, like it's pretty simple.
How much support are you willing to offer the buyer who acquires this business?
I'm really more than happy to offer support to ensure like a smooth transition with the buyer. My goal is to set you up for success. So I definitely be available for at least a period of 30 days of email and phone support to answer any of your questions, provide guidance on operations and share insights about the business that you would need. And I can, of course, provide you like any detailed documentation, send you like my supplier information, my operational workflows and any relevant marketing material. And then, if you feel that you need more assistance, like I'm open to discussing an extended support period or a consulting arrangement. So, you can get fully comfortable, but I'm pretty sure, especially like if already been like in the online business before, 30 days should be enough, but we can discuss if you need more.
Are you open to negotiating something like an earn-out agreement?
Like I said earlier, I've already been through like someone selling their business. So I definitely know, having like an earn-out payment structure is an option. That being said, we're talking about like a small business here, like around 100K. So for that reason, especially like with the commission to Empire Flippers, etc., I feel like for that size of the business, like an earn-out payment structure wouldn't be needed.
Okay, final question. If you had to put yourself in the shoes of a buyer, why is your business a business worth buying?
If I was in the buyer's shoes, I definitely think that this is a great investment for several reasons. Like I mentioned earlier, number one, I spent like the past few months making sure that I was building like a business with like solid foundations, with like a high quality product that was like high converting with like high ratings, like top ratings in the niche, and then like a strong organic ranking as well. So same like now I think PPC this past few weeks has been at like 8%, which is amazing for Amazon. And plus like, we've had like some consistent revenues, like keep on growing with like adding some new products to it. So there's definitely like a huge potential. There are some untapped opportunities. So expanding like the marketing efforts of Amazon, launching complementary products, entering like the international marketplace. Then we have as well like an operational like stability, meaning that the business model is straightforward, it's scalable. We have like established relationship with our supplier, optimized process, like the time right now, like if you were just keeping the business as is, like it's very like manageable, like it's not a lot of time to spend on it. And there is a momentum in this category. So the niche is growing year over years. Like we're really set up for success with this product to ride the wave. It's like if all the groundwork like has been done and right now you just need to collect what has been done and keep on growing it.
All right, everyone. Thanks for listening. To learn more and see if this business is still for sale, head over to empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for this business listing number, which you can find in the video thumbnail and description. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, click the link in the description to go straight to the listing. once you've unlocked this listing, you'll find everything you need to know about this business. So thanks for joining us. See you next time.